Hello everyone. I'm very excited to be here today because this is my very first talk, so please don't throw the sushi left on me if you don't like the talk. But anyways, I hope you will. I'm here today to talk about how to make the Google apps talk to each other. I study computer science at the TU, and I'm also a Google Developer Group organizer in Eastern Slovakia, and that's how I basically got to make this talk, because I had to face some problems. I'm going to talk about them later. And I also work at We Are Developers, and I support the program team. So what's the story behind? As a GDG organizer in Eastern Slovakia, I run some meetups, and also we organize conferences. And while I was doing that, I'm the only woman in the team, so who would else do communication with partners and speakers? It was me. And I had to write like 1 million of emails, sending reminders, scheduling the talks, asking for confirmation, then again sending reminders and waiting for confirmation. And this was something that just has driven me crazy, and that was me. I looked exactly like that. I hated to do this, and I was questioning myself, okay, well, we are GDG, we are a non-profit organization, we can't really afford to have some speakers management tool. And I told my colleagues, hey guys, I really can't work like that. I have 1 million other tasks to do, which are more important than this, and this is just like very, very time consuming. And my colleague was like, what if I told you you can do it yourself? How can I develop a speaker management tool in 1 week? We need it urgently. And he looks at me like that, well, you never heard of Google App Scripts? So Google App Scripts is a technology I would like to talk about today. And these Google App Scripts are based on JavaScript, concretely JavaScript 6, and they have some features of JavaScript 7 and JavaScript 8 as well. So first, I would like to ask you, how many of you are using G Suite apps or Google Apps? Raise your hands up. Everyone, very cool. How many of you have heard of Google App Scripts? Yes. Okay, one. So if you feel like I'm talking about something which is not true, just step in, or you better keep quiet, you know. But no, feel free to step in. Okay, so first, I would like to invite you to follow this link or scan this code in order to make this session more interactive, because I would like to make a role play with you that you're going to be the speakers applying for my conference. And I'm the organizer who checks the talk proposals and decide what talk is going to be accepted and which not. So this is very short. Just you don't have to think of like a real title of the talks, of course. Just put there some random string, or just like talk you held before, or just so you really get the feeling about this technology. And also, please, in email address, I would like to ask you to fill everything in lowercase, because otherwise it's not going to work. I found out like half an hour before this talk that because I was always putting inside like the right. And also the last field is your mother tongue. Please fill this in, because there is going to be a very cool feature regarding this language. I'll give you a couple of seconds, couple of minutes to fill this in. Okay, so I will start now. So from this Google form, we are getting all the information to this Google Sheet. And this is going to be our database. And we are going to execute the CRUD operations over it. So first of all, I would like to go through the agenda. So I will show you how to set up the environment. I will show you how to code your own menus, your customized menus, and also I will show you how to set the triggers, which are then like calling the functions you have there. I'll also show you how to send the emails from Google Spreadsheet, how to connect it with the document, how to translate the content. Then I will show you a little bit of advanced HTML service, and in the end we will send the calendar invitation for your talk. So the first thing I would like to show you, so how do you think this Google Spreadsheet is going to be stored in JavaScript? JSON. No, not in this case. Just into the array, to that dimensional array. So how do you set your environment? You have two choices. You go to script.google.com, where you have all your projects. You create a new script. In my case, it's already this one. Or you go to Tools. here you have the script editor. And in this case, this script editor will have a special relationship to your spreadsheet. And in this case, you have to think of one thing, and that's when you want to create a special menu here. You see that's my menu. I created this menu. I'll show you the code then. This must be the bound version of the script. So it has to be created from the tool and script editor, not as a standalone. So that's the only thing here. Then the other thing is that there are these triggers. There are 4 types of triggers. It's onOpen, onEdit, doGet, and doPost. This function, for example, is called whenever the spreadsheet is opened. So basically, I open the spreadsheet, and in ideal case, there should be this manage speakers automatically. In this Open app, on Open, I'm creating a new menu, which is called manage speakers, add item, which is reject, and it calls this function reject speakers. About this here, I will talk a little bit later. Or I can talk about it now. So basically, there is a nice workaround when you want to call some functions from the spreadsheet from its menu, which is basically written in the bound script editor, in the bound script, and that's you basically save the standalone script as a I'll show you. Like, you go to project properties, and here you have the project key. You'll save this project key and set it as a library of your bound script, which is here. You only add the key here, and that's it. And you're allowed to call the functions like this from some other script. So finally, I got my talks. Wow, quite a lot. Amazing. And now I would like to let you know that I got your talks. I really appreciate your time you put into filling this form, and I will send you an email to do so. So I select the function. I say confirm proposal received. Who got an email? Raise your hand up. Cool, it works. Ah. So, great. Now we see here that the flag is set to yes. In our function, we have, yes, so here is the function, proposal. I'm building the string, the message I would like to send you. I just iterate with the for Schleife through the doc. Through the doc, I take every row, and here I save my cell where I have the information if the email is already sent. So this confirmation is sent cell is this variable here. And in case this confirmation is sent already, then just continue. Do not send email again. So I'm getting the recipient first name, message, greeting, and here I just added like the Google Developer Group team. And now comes the most important part. I use Mail app, which enables me to send the email. And for that, I only need recipient. This is the subject, and this is the message. So that easy it is. And at the end, when everything is fine, I will just set the flag to yes, so I don't bother people with the same email like 50 times. And the super thing here is, which I forgot about to say, is the triggers. You can have 2 types of triggers. So this one was in my bound script, so on open. So immediately when the sheet is opened, you will also call this on open function. And the second way how to set the triggers is to go to edit, other triggers, add new triggers, and confirm proposal received, for example. So you choose here which function would you like to trigger with this thingy. You can say, okay, this should be time-driven, and you can also choose like how often should this function be called. So I say I would like to have it every minute now, because I think that probably some talks might come. So I'll just save it. I'm not gonna send it again. I think, do you want me to send it to see how it works? Probably. I'll just delete some of you, and then 1 minute you will get the email again, so I don't spam all of you. So this was the first use case, sending confirmation email. Now I have the Google spreadsheet, and I have the talk descriptions here. In the usual case, you get the talk descriptions long, around 600 words. So it's not very usable to read it here and to decide about the talks here. So what can we do? Does anyone have an idea? How can we take this information and put it to some Google document? And also, we don't want to have the first name and the last name of the speaker, because we want to be really objective when we choose the talks. There is a nice way how to do this. And I will first show you how it works. So I have the empty evaluation doc here, which is in my drive. Now I will call the function fill evaluation doc. I run it. Running. And here we go. We have it all filled. We have around 21 speakers here. And now we can read through it and decide who is the best one. So let me decide. Let's say that I will first reject everyone. OK, I rejected you. And now I will say, sorry, guys, like, there is a very high competition. We couldn't take all of you. We couldn't accept all of you. So reject. Did anyone get the email? Because I got. OK. OK, so now I have a problem. Let's fix it. So translation between the given language is not currently supported. OK. That means that some of you didn't fulfill the criteria. Great. Now it should work. So let's try again. I'm not sure, but it's not language, guys. It's the. OK, I'll have to think of another way how to make people feel this. OK, let's try again. You know, like first talk, why should it go everything well, you know, like. Well, I'll just skip it.
But I received the email to reject.
Sorry?
I received the rejection email.
You received, yeah, all of these people before you received, but here, then there is apparently some problem, and email can't be sent. And this is English. I think that the email is kind of not.
I got the email as well. That's my email.
That's your email. OK. And did the rest of you get the email?
Did you implement Spanish?
Yes. Sorry?
Did you implement Spanish? Yeah, my Spanish.
I'll just make it German. Well, OK, for now it doesn't work. It's interesting because it's always worked so far. So what is written in the email you got, the rejection? Yes?
Thank you for your interest for speaking at DevFest 18. We will go through your proposal carefully. Or is this not what you mean?
It's exactly this what I need, yeah. And then there is a special line. Can you please read it aloud?
We hope to meet you in Kosice.
And is it in English?
Yeah.
OK, because did anyone else has the mother tongue something else except for English? You?
Nous Nous espérons recevoir votre proposition de discussion l'année prochaine.
Exactly. So what happened? I rejected the speaker. I again went through the whole doc. I got my problem. But the most important thing here is this single line here. I use the language app, which enables me to translate something from English or my source language to the target language, which is your mother tongue, which you set in the Google Doc. Isn't it powerful? When you want to reject the speaker, he will be very upset, and at least you can make him feel better with some very personalized message. And again, then you will just set the decision is yes, so you don't bother again. Well, now I would like to accept all of you. Let's try it out. This is going to be no. And yeah, let's try it. Accept speakers. Let's check the flag. OK. OK, so some of you again didn't get the email. Interesting. Yeah, I think that the problem here is because I just got an email that this email here is not. So let's try it like this. Probably that's the problem. OK, so who got the email? OK, can you please read what's inside? OK, so there is like, dear someone, you're accepted, and there is a link inside. If I click on this link, I will get a web page which say, we are happy to have you at GDG DevFest Košice 2018. Please sign this memorandum of cooperation. By signing the document, you agree with the terms and conditions, and you also confirm your attendance. Hereby, you agree to have the talk, this talk. And now, when I come back to my sheet, I see that you already clicked on it. So you got, for example, I can show it for the people who don't have it. So status is now signed. And also in my document, the talks and the people already confirm that they are coming and that they agree with all the conditions, and they will really come for sure. And how did I do that? Is it doesn't differ very much from the previous emails. There is only one line which says generate URL. I parse here the ID of the speaker, so basically his number in the sheet, also his first name and email. And with this function, I create this URL I'm sending you in the email. So I call script app. I'll get the service and get the URL of my web app, which is published here by deploy as web app. I have here the URL I sent you, and I just append the name, email, and number of the speaker. Hereby you are enabled to click on the link, and this is going to redirect you to my web app. Here is how it looks like. So here is the doGet trigger I was talking about in the beginning. So as soon as you click on this link, this doGet function will be executed. I'm getting all the parameters. I'm getting the name and the number of the speaker. Here, I will need this cache for later on, so I will just skip it for now. And here I just check if expected name, so from this parameter is not the name as the name in the sheet, then just throw some problem, could not load the data, sorry. In case in my sheet, this memorandum is already signed, then say, thank you very much, the memorandum is already signed. So the ones who got the email, you can click on it again, and you will get this page. So let's just see here. Sign memorandum. Refresh. Thank you, the memorandum is already signed. Okay, so the next step is what happens if the memorandum is not signed yet. I'll just create a new object, speaker, push it to my array, and then templating. Templating is a very cool thing, which enables you to have your HTML file, for example, demo confirm attendance, connected to your web app with HTML service where you use the method create template from file, and then just set an object to your template. And then it is important to say that this doGet method, it must return an HTML output. This what I have here is not an HTML output, but with this method evaluate, he's going to return the HTML output. And what happens in my HTML file is that I have basic HTML page, but here on click, I'm calling this client server this function, which calls then the open signed, which is the server function here, and is executed exactly here. So this function is responsible for updating the value in my spreadsheet. And as said, when you click on this link, you are giving it the parameter. But this parameter is needed in order to update the spreadsheet. So therefore, I have my cache here, where I just save the number from here. And then I'll just get it from cache and can use it again. So after all of these things are done, I can finally send the calendar invitation to my speakers, which I do in the following. Send invite to accepted speakers. Just click. And you guys should now get the calendar invitation for the talk. So let's say yes, because there is a constraint that everything must be yes when I want to call the function. So I can show you what I get here. So I got this email, stage A7, everything you need to know when you're developing Java web apps, Tomcat, JBoss, JSF, Spring Security. And this is exactly on the time slot I chose. So this is how it should look like. And how do you do this? Is this special calendar app here, where you get the default calendar, and you just create an event, and you give it the parameters with the title, the date, the date of the end of the talk. You also add the guests, which is the recipient or the speaker who applied for your conference. And also you can choose if you want to send these invites or not. So this is my Boolean variable here, send. Now I have it to yes, and location and description of the talk. And at the end, if everything went good, you'll just set the value to yes again. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much for your attention. Sorry that it didn't work properly. I swear it worked before. Thank you very much.